It's been almost 2 months since I've made a video. What you just saw was me actually editing this video that you're watching. But the difference between that video that you saw and this video that you're seeing now, I recorded this entire thing and I didn't really like it, so I went back to the drawing board and we're starting over again. So I'm giving you a behind the scenes on how I scrapped the original behind the scenes video to make a new behind the scenes video. So I'm currently working on the sky in Jelly World for the upcoming devlog, and I'm having a little bit of a problem getting it to look the way I want it to. So if you look at this gradient of the sky here, I want it to be a nice, beautiful morning sunrise. So I'd like there to be a nice yellow line that goes into blue. So fixing this is a lot of just going into the shader and messing with the gradient size and things like that. I'm not really the best at making shaders, but this is the first time I've ever really made a shader on my own without a tutorial, and it's just a simple gradient that goes from one color to another. One of the things that you'll see in the devlog is this background layer, which consists of these floating islands, these mountains, and these hills. And let me just tell you guys that making these mountains and these hills was so difficult for me, and I couldn't figure out how to get it right and how to look good. And I still think it doesn't look great because these hills right here don't really mesh well into the mountains. They look like two separate layers, and I want them to feel kind of like the hills are kind of going into the mountains, and it's just not there yet. Here is the updated sprite that I have for them, and I think maybe if I make another layer of these hills that's like darker but kind of in the background, it can help to break up the mountains and the hills. It might not be in the devlog, but I'm definitely going to try that in the future. So if you take a look at the visuals of the game, obviously they are completely different. I've been trying my absolute hardest with the art for this version of Jelly World. I want you guys to know that I'm not just starting over again and it's going to be the same quality. I want you guys to know that this is a step up above the quality of the game that it was before. And one of the best ways to show you guys that is I've been really working on how well my art skills are. So I've been learning a lot more about art and using better colors and how to use a palette better and how to even make a palette and keep a palette. Now the sky has gone pink. One of the things that you'll see in the devlog is that I have this brand new inventory system, and I'm super excited for everyone to see this new inventory system. Items will be a little bit harder to just carry around. You won't have as much room for items, so sometimes when you're out in the wild, you have to really choose which items you decide to keep and which items you have to leave. I think this might add a little bit extra to the game, and it'll also give it a little more charm. I'm trying to create a game that's inspired in a world that is rich and dense and you can get lost in, and it feels exciting to explore everything. And I'm also trying to take the essence of the game that I was making previously and put it into this new game and create something new and greater while also retaining the charm that the old game had before. And you know, there was a lot of issues that Jelly World had that I couldn't figure out how to solve. Now that I'm on this new project, I'm not holding myself down. I had this idea in the original Jelly World that it was flat and you walked from point A to point B, and it was like a cozy game, so there wasn't much jumping or doing anything like that. And when I decided to restart, I thought, I'm doing a 2D side-scroller. Why don't I make use of things that 2D side-scrollers have, like really awesome movement systems and wall jumping and gliding and multiple jumps and things like that? Why don't I take that to my advantage and use that in order to create something greater? I'm also pretty worried about how well this devlog will go. I don't know if people will fully be on board yet. So when you're making a video and you record video and audio separate, you have to find a way to sync it together. And if you're ever wondering how I do that, this is how I do it. So when I'm recording specifically for Jelly World, I sync it by jumping in the game and saying jump and hitting the jump button very hard so it picks up on the microphone. And while I was doing it, I guess I was singing this time.
3, 2, 1, jump. Yeah. 3, 2, 1, jump, and a double jump.
So you can see that it's not lined up, so I gotta like, you know, move it over. So I just uploaded the video like 2 minutes ago and it already has 150 views. That is freaking crazy. And also, if you can see, my phone is going absolutely bonkers with people on Discord and YouTube notifications. So I'm pretty happy with this. This is awesome. Look at that, there's a cat sleeping on the bed. I gotta put myself on do not disturb so the Discord notifications don't mess us up. Let me turn this towards you guys. If you're wondering, yeah, that's Benjamin Franklin. That's Benjamin freaking Franklin. Deal with it. He's just gonna be there, okay? Next to the lighthouse and a bird on a skateboard. You just have to deal with it. Anyways, the thumbnail for this video is actually very, very simplistic. All I did was take the Jelly World logo and I put a black outline on it as well as a white outline on it and overlaid them over on top of each other so it gets this nice little sticker-esque look. And I just took a screenshot of the game. I actually had a secondary screenshot where he was floating with the balloon, but I didn't really like that, and I like this one. I think it looks much better. I normally go a little more over the top with my thumbnails, but this time I think that the visuals for the game are sort of speaking for themselves. This looks very cinematic and awesome. So if you're wondering how I got the thumbnail, that's how I did it. It's still really early in the morning and I look kind of like trash, but I did it. I finished the video and I uploaded it, and now I guess this video is over? I don't know how this behind the scenes really works yet. I haven't figured out the format for the video. So I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at one of my devlogs. Hopefully the next behind the scenes will be even more awesome and I'll have figured out this format before then. But thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you to all my patrons for supporting the channel, and also patrons get to see this series a week in advance. Also, thank you to all my Gorgonzola tier patrons, that being Curtis and R_APT. Thank you guys. If you want to become a patron, just check out the stuff in the description below, and yeah, thank you. I'll buy like pizza or something. Thank you.